crafty friends, Karen Brown here. Today I'm diving into floral stenciling, color theory, and bold die cutting with the gorgeous Hero Arts Friendship Blooms collection. Plus, I'll share a color wheel tip to help you pick colors that really pop. Let's get started. For my background, I'm using the beautiful new Spring Floral Stencil. It is a gorgeous stencil with a lot of detail. I am stenciling on Hero Arts Deluxe Smooth Cardstock. I'm using a grip mat for my stenciling so my stencil and cardstock stay in place and do not shift. I'm using Byzantine Green Glitz Ink. This ink has a beautiful shimmer that adds instant elegance. This Byzantine ink is a lovely mossy olive color that I thought would be so pretty for my background. I make sure the stencil was really pressed down. Using my blending brush, I grab ink, tap off on my craft mat, and start blending. This stencil has lots of luscious detail. I want nice, crisp stenciling. I find it best to change direction when ink blending and stenciling. I think the panel's coming along nicely. My favorite part, the reveal. That looks good. Can you see the lovely shimmer? Let's talk about color theory for a moment. My Byzantine green background is a yellow-green on the color wheel. I want to use a contrasting color for my die cutting. I look opposite on the color wheel and see that orangey reds, and violets would all work really well on my card. I recently swatched my Hero Arts cardstock. I like to visually plan my cards, and I see that nautical, eggplant, plum, and carrot would all work well with my yellow-green background. If I chose a monochromatic color scheme, pesto and palm would work really well. I wanted a bold sentiment for my focal point, and congrats and yay, Stampin' Cut XL worked perfectly. Now here's where color theory comes in. I wanted my die cut congrats sentiment to really stand out, so I reached for a shade that's exactly opposite on the color wheel, a deep, bold plum. The contrast between the mossy olive background and the red-violet sentiment creates a high-impact design that's both sophisticated and eye-catching. A layer of vellum behind the sentiment softens the look and adds a little extra dimension. Now you noticed that I die cut my sentiment 3 times. I stack and glue the sentiments together for a substantial look. So the other day, my daughter posted this hilarious reel. It showed her typing super slowly, hunt and peck style when someone was watching, and then typing like a total pro, lightning fast the second they looked away. And honestly, that's exactly how I feel when I'm crafting. If someone's watching me, suddenly I'm second-guessing every ink blend, every flower placement, like, wait, does this look right? But the moment I'm alone, boom, full creative confidence, decisions made in seconds, and I'm layering die cuts like a card-making wizard. Let me know in the comments, are you a confident crafter no matter what? Or do you freeze up when someone's watching? So anyway, I really related to that reel while I was doing the gluing portion of this video. I felt everyone watching me and felt very clumsy. Phew, gluing's done. Okay, let's assemble the card. I like to put a piece of craft foam between my background panel and my A2 card base. My background panel is 5¼ inches by 4 inches. That leaves a nice little white border when we're done. You've probably noticed that I like to use an acrylic block to weight freshly glued elements. When I'm not filming, I leave the acrylic block on a bit longer. Let's finish the card by adhering our sentiment. On the vellum, I only apply glue directly behind the plum sentiment so the glue doesn't show through on the vellum. For placement, I usually just eyeball where I think it should be centered. This to me usually works better than using a T-ruler. So here is our stenciled floral congrats card. We used complementary colors on the color wheel. You'll recall that means they are opposite each other and they create high contrast and visually interesting projects. I love this spring floral stencil so much that I created 2 additional bonus cards. I took a completely different approach, going for a cool-toned, airy vibe. I used the spring floral stencil again, but this time blended a soft gradient using Pool Party, Paradise, and Blue Raspberry inks. The result? A breezy ocean-inspired background that pairs perfectly with a layered white and aqua bloom from the large floral layering dies. This one also makes a lovely Mother's Day card, so fresh, soft, and elegant. Since I loved the Byzantine green background so much, I made a second one. This time I created a Mother's Day card using the small floral layering dies. These dies are also from the Beautiful Friendship Blooms collection. You can see they coordinate with the spring floral stencil. I die cut plum, eggplant, and white flowers and arranged them into a soft, elegant floral cluster. The shimmer from the Glitz inks gives this card an effortless, warm touch. One trick that makes color selection so much easier? Swatching your cardstock. Seeing my colors in die-cut form helps me visualize exactly how they'll look on my finished project. No guesswork needed. You can see my swatches for this card on the right-hand side. And that's a wrap on today's floral stenciling and color theory adventure. Which card was your favorite? Let me know in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and check out the other videos from Hero Arts. Happy crafting, and I'll see you in the next one.